SJ Bricks has become one of my favorite custom LEGO companies just because they have really great classic designs. I love their figures that continue older lines like LEGO SpongeBob or the original Batman line. And I'm very excited today to check out even more of those types of figures with some DC characters here, Abin, as well as Guy Gardner, and some more superhero figures, Bullseye, and last but not least, St. Walker. These were released as just leftover stock that they found. I was really excited to get all of these just because I'm down to get more DC characters since LEGO has been kind of slacking in that area, and getting another Marvel character that LEGO hasn't done is also great. Let's get all these out of the packaging and take a look at them on the stand. I always think it's kind of interesting that SJ Bricks really changes up their packaging pretty often. The last DC figure that I got was Deadman and came in this more Moon and City one. And all of these new superhero ones just come in a blue one with the SJ Bricks logo at the top there. So kind of nice to see the consistency there, but they're always changing up a little bit. It has the logo on the back, a little write-up, and their social media tags. All of these figures, I believe, are pad printed and are on official LEGO figures, but we'll start off with DC and then move to the Marvel figure. And I think the one that has the least amount of detailing, we have Abin here. It has a really great face print with nice detailing, which is, I'm going to say this a lot in this video, a little off-putting for SJ Bricks since they usually go for a much more classic look, so seeing them match more of the recent 2010-ish DC figures is a bit strange for me. Legs are going to be pretty reminiscent of any of those older Green Lantern figures that you might have. Boots are going to be straight across though, not in that like triangle pattern, so that might be a little different. And on the back, just some typical muscle prints, a little bit of that line continuing at the top there. Not sure what that really is supposed to represent. It is a very dark line, so it must just be a detailing for the suit, but it doesn't continue to the front or anything. And there's a little dot of dark pink at the top there where his collar is supposed to be. I think the green matches pretty well with the torso where it kind of dips down and makes a pattern. No side printing there, which was pretty typical, like I already pointed out, with those Green Lantern figures. So very consistently designed for what LEGO has done themselves for these DC characters. Big fan of finally getting this character. Let's jump into one of the other Green Lanterns. Or should I say Blue Lantern with St. Walker here. Featuring, again, really great detailed printing. Just so strange. I do really like the eyes where they have a little bit of a pupil in there. I know they tend to have those black eyes, which are a bit off if you're not into that classic style. So this definitely fits a lot more into what I would like to have in my collection. Back featuring some really cool printing with multiple colors, black, gray, maybe even like a little bit of dark blue. So it's really great to see them putting in extra effort on these figures. I feel like they probably could have made them a bit more simple since that's what they usually do. But if you want to add to your DC collection, these are really great items to get. Again, with the really nice line work, I think they always do a really great job of keeping everything nice and clean. Whites always look pretty accurate. And I think they usually have like a weird tentacle thing hanging down, so that probably simulates that a bit. But again, great detailing, very consistent with other Green Lantern figures that LEGO has done, which is perfect if you're trying to expand your DC collection to things that LEGO's probably never going to get around to. So another great Lantern figure, and let's jump into that last DC one, which is probably the most detailed out of all of them, being Guy Gardner here, and I think this is definitely going to be my favorite out of all the ones that I got today, featuring dual molded arms, which are great, definitely fit the character a lot better, and great parts usage again with Ron Weasley's hair in that older orange color from the original wave of Harry Potter sets where they didn't update the orange to be a different shade. I think the face printing on this one might be a little goofy for the character. I feel like they're a bit more angrier, and this has like that weird smirk mouth. But eyebrows are kind of nice. Other characters didn't have those, so interesting detail for him there, where it has that extra little bit of color on the head. I think this one has a bit more of sloppy printing. The belt, maybe it's not as noticeable in video, but it feels like there is some green poking through that white there. But cool wrinkles, collar at the top. And I think I think the front of the torso is much better for the white. I do like the logo there. It looks great. And all of these overall are just really accurate to the characters from the comics. And I really feel like if LEGO did put these out, this is really close to what they would do. And it's kind of fun to see them all slightly different in style. So here is Jon Stewart here. Since LEGO themselves have been very inconsistent with the suit designs, it's kind of funny to see them be even different on these custom figures, and just fits the pattern where the legs are going to be slightly different, the torso design is going to be slightly different, and that just comes down to the comic art as well. I think this is a great representation of the original comic design, and what a great addition to my collection. Let's get to the final figure, being the only Marvel one that I got today. And again, I would probably describe this as being a bit more basic, but having some detail. And again, this is probably showing their age, where I think this is an older figure, so they had a little bit less experience under their belt, but the tan on the face is looking a little dark. You can see some black poking through on the edges. And LEGO has that issue, so probably is pretty difficult to get it to look good. It's kind of nice and interesting that it has a bit more of white eyes with just like a black outline, probably adding some contrast to the head, which it probably needs. Bullseye is done really well. The black outline for those circles looks pretty good. Not a lot of bleed there, pretty straight. And it's going to be a pretty typical superhero figure. Muscle lines, the collar continuing around, which I think the white on the torso definitely looks fine. Just really that face that looks a bit off. Features an accessory being the Ace of Spades card there. And it is a bit interesting where it has toe printing that has just white. Probably could have left that off, but hey, extra detail is great. Printing on that looks pretty clean. Not a lot bleeding over anywhere and no color going through it. But it's great to finally have a Bullseye here, since we have gotten an official Daredevil figure, and also I have a custom one here by MRM. It's great to have a villain to go with them. And with this being the last figure, let's get on into some comparisons and the final verdict. As somebody that started collecting SJ bricks a little late into their production, it's great to be able to pick up some of these really cool older figures that I missed out on. And especially in the case where LEGO has already started putting some of them out, they were missing some key characters like Guy Gardner and Abensur. Great to add those. I think the added printing for the backs on all of these figures is also really great, and it's a bit off-putting to see that since that's not the typical SJ Bricks design, but great detailing on all of them. And it's really funny to see that all of these LEGO Green Lanterns just have those weird inconsistencies where they just don't have the same suits, and LEGO themselves have even started changing up the colors of those characters. So it's fun to see SJ Bricks continue that trend of each of them having slightly different leg printings and all that. Plus it's great to get another non-Green Lantern character other than the core members. We've really only gotten Sinestro, so it's great to get Satan there. Plus pairing him next to Deadman there, two different figures with white heads, I guess. And now I guess it's kind of a bummer this one's based off of that Batman video game versus these ones being more contemporary. I really like having my figures being consistent and in one collection, so having the mixing styles there. It's a bit goofy, but the actual Green Lantern characters match each other, and that's what counts to me. And of course, very excited to have more Marvel characters. For some reason, LEGO hasn't done Bullseye, probably because of violence and whatnot, but looks great next to the MRM Daredevil there, as well as the official LEGO Punisher. And if they're doing Punisher, they really can do Bullseye eventually. Maybe they'll actually get around to that sometime, but I know for me personally, this is going to be a great addition to the collection. Really fits that spot for me. You know, the face might not have the best flesh printing on it since it is a black head, but like I said with the Green Lanterns, that extra little printing on the back as well as on the feet adds a lot. And having a nice printed accessory like that being the Ace of Spades, great. And I want to get more Marvel figures from them. They really haven't made that many. They've been focusing a lot more on DC, but this is a great first figure from them that is a Marvel character. And if they put out more in the future, you know I'm going to grab them. But let me know which one of these figures from this wave here is your favorite. Definitely think Guy Gardner with the dual molded arms and that extra printing really stands out to me. Plus, great use of that Ron Weasley hair there. And if you want to see more SJ Bricks custom LEGO reviews, or any other custom figure reviews, check out all the other videos on my channel. I've been Brick Radiop. I'll see you in the next video.